It's high noon in Stouffville and time for Stouffville Now, a twice-weekly journal of everything noteworthy from across the four corners of our vast region. Let Stouffville Now provide you with relevant facts and unique perspectives from the stories that are important to you. We're off on a fascinating journey, hearing from diverse guests and poignant commentators that flourish across the hills and boroughs of Witchart-Stouffville. Sit back, relax, and let us flip the pages for you. Here's Stouffville Now, your comprehensive noonday magazine.
And the series marches onward. We're so excited to have Ward Councillor Phil Bannon in the studio this afternoon to discuss all of the happenings in Ballantrae, or Ward 2. Hi, Phil.
Hi, Sarah. I want to thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to come out and have this discussion with you, and for the residents of Stouffville to get some sort of update and upbeat on what's happened in Ward 2, Ballantrae.
You seem to have hit on all 5 questions there, and I hardly have a thing left to ask, which is really good. But I have to say this, too. You talk about setting precedents, Phil, and looking at it, you know, we've undergone a huge change in the last 20 years in Canada. We're used to be a strictly publicly funded system, and we're moving into these private-public relationships. And Ken Ferdinand said on Thursday on the show that people... the mayor has said it himself too, that people fear change often. But I've always thought that more people fear poor planning. So for you to be setting precedents like you're setting in the way you work with your associations and the way that you work with the different corporations. For example, like I have it on a fair authority that Geranium is actually funding a study, in-depth water study on the lake.
They have stepped up to the plate now,
Yeah.
and that was part of the information package and the communication that I had with them when they identified Ballantrae as a point of interest for them. I identified the needs of the community, and I certainly indicated what I would appreciate and what the residents would appreciate down the road as far as their support was concerned. I have found that over the years, Geranium has been building in town, and they're a significant builder. They have a tremendous reputation in town. So when they identified Ballantrae as one of their future building sites, it was very easy for me to approach them and say, well, these are the concerns that I have here in my community. They have been so supportive. And like you say, they have now taken over the stewardship program for Musselman's Lake. Funding-wise, they brought in one of the renowned experts in conservation and water analysis and featuring of community settings like this, and they're paying for this. So this is a kind of community partner that you want, the kind of community partner that steps up to the plate as United Soils do. Just to give you an indication of the support that I get from many of our corporate sponsors, when I was first elected in my first year, I felt that we needed some community events. I'm a big supporter of community events, and I'm a big supporter and promoter of family events. I want families to spend time together. I want the kids and mums and dads to spend hours and hours and hours together, because in this busy world, mom and dad go off to work at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, drop the children off at daycare and or have a babysitter come in, or grandma, grandpa come in, and then they get home at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Someone's got to take the kids out to soccer, baseball, and or whatever, but the family doesn't have an opportunity to gel. And the concern I have, again, through my many years in working in Toronto, is the breakdown in the family fiber and the moral structure of our families and our foundation. And so my very first year elected, I started up the Stouffville Winter Carnival. And I remember there was only like 300 people showed up, but it was me and my wife and my 2 daughters who started up the Winter Carnival down at Cedar Beach. And I'm so thankful that we had the support of the Davies family and Kyle Jenkins, who own Cedar Beach. And they've been big supporters since day one, and they've allowed me to run the Winter Carnival there every year now for 11 years. We're coming up to our 11th year here. We celebrated our 10th year in 2013. Well, I thought I'd build on that, and I did. And 8 years ago, I started up the Ballantrae Wine and Food Festival. And it's been a tremendous charity event. We've raised over $128,000. And all of that money has been dedicated to local service programs and hospitals and charities, and it's been a significant boost for those local charities and I guess say hospitals. We've been very, very progressive, and all of these efforts, the Winter Carnival, the Wine and Food Festival, have all been supported by Geranium and United Management and local groups like that, corporate groups. I have since started up the Ballantrae Family Fireworks Evening, which is on the May 2-4 weekend. We've expanded that this year to include a movie night, a family movie night. So come out with your family, enjoy an evening from 5 o'clock until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Watch the fireworks, watch a movie, spend some time together, enjoy the outdoor fresh air and the evening events. And I felt, well, you know what? The only thing missing in this town is a fall fair. So 4 years ago, I started up the Ballantrae Family Fall Fair. Again, a Sunday event for the family to spend the day together. I feature a church service with a Scouts pancake breakfast so that it gets people out early. Come out for your breakfast. Come out for your church service. And we have pony rides, and we have ATV rides, and we have slides for the kids, and we have a clown, Doo-Doo the Clown, who is just one of the most magnificent entertainers this planet has ever had. We have a tennis tournament, bocce tournament, and so many sponsors who come out, including the Scouts and the Brownies and the guides and people who want to be part of the farmers market and the crafts show and just everything that we feature there. And all of these events that I've mentioned to you, all 4 events are events sponsored by Geranium and sponsored by United Management and sponsored by Fieldgate Homes. And you know what? These are tremendous corporate sponsors, and I can't thank them enough, because we would not be hosting these events without them.
Absolutely. Thank you again for being so in tune with what is needed at the time. Like I said, you watch your precedent grow here across the country, because this is a huge transition we're all undergoing, and you've really managed it well.